as he does every Saturday night, sort of, kind of. You're a friend of mine, Matthew Medier. Matthew, good evening.
Good evening, my man.
Auto accidents, car and truck wrecks. The
Yep.
reality is you just know this topic.
Boy, you do. And
inside and out.
Yeah, yeah, true. And Kenny, and like everything else, you know, there are do's and don'ts, right? Everything has gotten, you know, more complicated in this world, and, you know, accidents are no different. So there absolutely is. There are things you need to know, things you need to be aware of, because it's going to happen to you. It's going to happen to a loved one, unfortunately.
Yes.
You know, summer's upon us. People are driving more. People are out more, which is a good thing.
Sure.
But unfortunately, with that comes more accidents, and it's just not a question of if. Unfortunately, it's usually a question of when.
Yeah, it is. You just try to put it off. It's like the weather. We all just seem to have auto accidents in common. Speaking of the do's and don'ts, well, we have a graphic.
I hope we do.
Yes, we have a graphic prepared, Matt.
Yes, indeed. I brought a graphic with me.
I feel like you were over late Wednesday or Thursday night in the airport working on it, and then you're like, here it is. Matt, here are your 4 things to do and don't do after an auto accident. These are just good ways to go either way. Let's start with number 1.
Absolutely.
Don't downplay it. What did you mean by that?
What I mean by that, Kenny, is first thing, listen, you call the police.
Right.
Okay, that's always a kind of a question. We've all been there. You think it's a minor impact. Everybody's like, hey, listen, we don't need to call the police. We can handle this informally.
Right.
Absolutely, positively big mistake. And not only that, it's a misdemeanor. All right, it's required. It's a criminal misdemeanor offense not to report an auto accident to the police. And not only that, report it to the police, and also report it to your own insurance carrier.
Okay.
So report it to those teams. So don't downplay it. That's number 1.
And then, kind of going into that, record all the details.
Yes.
I guess you're saying break out your phone, do everything you can.
You know, honestly, cell phones have become, you know, commonplace in cases.
That's right.
Standard. So, you know, listen, take photos. Take photos of the accident. Anything you think is important, take photos. More the better. Absolutely take photos. You know, I would hesitate to recording people, things like that. Okay. That's a little much over the top. But absolutely damage, things like that, take all the pictures you can, for sure.
Great point about the recording. And then here's an interesting one. Don't make a statement. Now, you're not referring to don't make a statement to the police.
No, I'm not saying that.
I got you.
No.
Don't make a statement to somebody else's insurance, I suppose.
Well, ultimately, right. After an accident, you're going to be contacted sometimes rather quickly by the insurance carrier. There are 2 types of adjusters you're going to be dealing with. One is the property adjuster that deals with the damage with your car, and the other is the personal injury, the bodily injury adjuster. That's the one, the bodily injury adjuster is going to want to take a statement. You need to talk to your lawyer really and be prepped before you give that statement.
And that leads us into point number 4.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Talk to a lawyer.
Talk to a lawyer. Communicate with your lawyer.
Yep.
Matt, I guess the big question, and one of the things we get on the show all the time, is when do you do that? A fender bender, do you need to talk to a lawyer? Maybe not anything more than that. It just, I guess, trust your instincts.
Go with your gut, Kenny, really.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, fender bender, probably not, but anything involves an emergency room visit, anything that there's some medical stuff, you know, call a lawyer. But as I say, you know, there are a lot of lawyers out there. They'll generally talk to you for free. People call me all the time with small questions about auto accidents. I'm happy on the telephone to give them information, and if it's more serious than that, we bring them in. So absolutely don't be afraid to call a lawyer. They'll generally talk to you for free and, you know, get some good advice. And then if it goes somewhere and you need to, you know, come in for a visit, well, so be it.
All right, let's do generalities here. So, okay, fender bender, maybe not talk to a lawyer. If you've got a broken bone, call a lawyer, right?
Absolutely. If you have a hospital visit, call a lawyer, because there are some tricky business just with handling the different insurances. Say you have car insurance and medical insurance, and the interaction between the two can get very tricky. So absolutely talk to a lawyer, you know, very soon in that process.
Now,
without question.
We didn't have it in the graphic, but you did mention your phone. Phones lead to social media. How much do you need to put on social media? Do you put nothing on social media? How do you handle that right after an accident? Because there's some people, I mean, they kind of document their whole lives. You know, I had Raisin Bran cereal for dinner tonight.
God, I love some Raisin Bran right now.
Man, it was so good. I mean, and I had that almond milk with it.
Man,
like the rich one. Anyway,
it is good.
I'm getting off topic.
Yeah, you are. Yeah,
but it was good.
Listen, no social media. Okay, let me just tell you. You know, that's listen. You know, in a deposition, which happens in any big case.
All right, Dad.
The last thing you want in a case is the folder on the other side to bring a folder and let's talk about your social media account.
Right.
Absolutely, just lay off social media. It's just not the kind of thing you want to talk about. Now, once the case is over, settled, that's a whole other issue.
Okay.
But during the pendency of the case, forget social media.
So get the photos of the scene,
Yep.
but don't do
posting,
a live
don't be
on
right.
Facebook.
Don't be taking Snapchat. Don't be snapping.
Don't be
Did I get that
Snapchatting.
right? Anyway, something like that.